In the heart of a vast forest, there stood an old oak tree. Its roots ran deep, its bark was weathered, and its branches stretched wide like arms holding the sky. But it wasn't the size or strength of the oak that made it special. It was a single, slender branch, one that had refused to break, even in the fiercest storm. The animals of the forest often spoke of it. That branch, they would say, is lucky, blessed, stronger than the rest. But they didn't know the truth. You see, the branch had bent. It had been through every harsh wind, every lashing storm, every weight of snow and time. And many times it had come close to snapping, yet it held on. Not because it was the thickest, not because it had never been hurt, but because it had learned how to bend without breaking. In a nearby village, a boy named Nilan was facing storms of his own. His father had fallen ill, his grades had slipped, friends had started drifting away. Each day felt heavier than the one before. One afternoon, he wandered into the forest. He didn't know where he was going. He just needed to walk, to breathe, to get away. That's when he saw it, the towering oak, and the one thin branch swaying gently in the breeze. Something about it stopped him. It looked so fragile, yet it remained. Nilan sat beneath the tree, tears he hadn't planned to shed falling quietly. He whispered, "Why do I feel like I'm about to break?" And the forest, in its quiet wisdom, answered back, not in words, but in wind. The wind pushed the trees, leaves rustled, branches groaned, and the slender branch above him bent far, almost touching the ground. Yet, once again, it didn't break. That moment stuck with Nilan. From that day on, he returned to the tree often, not for answers, but for strength. And little by little, something shifted. He began showing up to help his father. Even when it was hard, he started again, even when it felt pointless. He held on, even when everything told him to let go. He didn't become perfect. He didn't become the strongest, but he didn't break. Years later, Nilan became a teacher, and one day he brought a struggling student into the forest. He pointed to the same old tree still standing and to the branch that had swayed but survived. "This branch," he said softly, taught me something, that bending is not the same as breaking. And just because you are under pressure doesn't mean you are weak. Because sometimes the ones who seem fragile are the ones who have weathered the most.